Our next presenter creates connection by creating environments that are for and by the community. Her artwork is inspiring and her story powerful. So please help me welcome Jill Wells.
Thank you for your time today. Once again, my name is Jill Wells, and I am a visual artist who likes to tell stories. This is the first mural I ever created. It's entitled Running Out of Time, and it's located inside a human development center here in Des Moines named Creative Visions. In 1999, the founder and CEO came to me with a photograph. He said, "I'd like to turn this into a mural. Do you think that you could recreate this for me?" I was floored. I'd never been asked to do a public work of art in my community before. I'd never been given a canvas so large before. And the opportunity to create a public work of art that talked about African American history and the legacy of those who came before me made the answer pretty simple. Plus, I was 19 at the time. I had just finished my second year at DMAC, and I was working really hard to get into the fine arts program at Drake University. I took the commission. And as I began to climb up and down scaffolding I had never climbed before and apply fresh coats of ochres and umber to the wall, my community transformed beneath my feet. The steps and sounds of the Isorette dancers, this environment was invigorating, and it was something I had not expected. It was magical, and it was spiritual. I kept asking my mom to come down and take a look at what I was working on, but she was hesitant. She just kept saying, "Jill, I want to wait until it's all done before I come down and take a look." So as the time passed and she stepped through the doors, we stood beneath Martin, Marcus, Malcolm, and Frederick, and a row of strong black men running forward, symbolizing running out of time. Somewhere in the conversation, my mom turned to me and she said, "Jill, I didn't think if I had told you before that you would have been able to finish, but this is where your father passed." Wait, what? You mean where my feet and my hands had been creating was the same site where my father's time ran out? This was almost too much to comprehend. The site where his past became my present and my future all in once. And being a woman of faith, I believe that the Lord had brought me back to such a place to create a positive within my life and our community where something so traumatic, so negative had occurred. I thought, then what's the real story behind how public works of art can create positive change? In order to answer this question, I began to study change, the power of change, the stages of change, and the value and history of storytelling. I've continued to do this, and over the past 18 years, I have worked with hospitals, organizations, businesses, and individuals to create both public and private works of art that support recovery from substance use and addiction, to support both adult and adolescent mental health services, to evoke empathy, to elevate voices, and to transform spaces. My most recent work for Disability Rights Iowa that I created in 2020, entitled Be the Change, sought to do just that. This is the answer that I have found about how public works of art can create positive change. The value of legacy and how we can support one another, in my mind, cannot be measured. But what can be measured is time. And when our time runs out and we transcend, what a better way to support the future than by preserving the past in public works of art. My name is Jill Wells, and I'm a visual artist that likes to tell stories.